Hey, what's up, guys? This is Church of Caboose, and for today's Destiny 2 video, we are talking about a fragment that you can get from the Exo Stranger, but they're all via a quest, and we're talking specifically about the Umbral Flames, or the strike option for these fragments. Now, in order to get a fragment, you do first have to get the quest line into the darkness, or whatever it is, where you get the 2 grenades unlocked, and then the aspects. Once you get those 3 things done, you can go to the Exo Stranger and get these fragments. Now, personal little side beef, the game does not even tell you that they're available. You just kind of have to either bump into someone who's like, hey, how's this going for you, like I did, and you're like, oh crap, that's an option, and so here you go. Now you guys know, once you got those 3 things done up through the aspects, go get a fragment from the Exo Stranger, and you can grab 2 a week, and I believe it is 2 per account, not 2 per character, so just let me know down below. These are really nifty ways to try and like customize and boost up your super, so feel free to let me know if you guys would like me to give like a recommendation of what to get per character, because there's some ones for like Warlock and Titan and Hunter that you get off the bat that are perhaps more desirable than other ones for your first fragment. But for the Umbral Flames, it seems like it would be rather easy, right? Because it is in strikes. Well, the description for how to finish it isn't as like descriptive as it should be, and it could take quite a long time if you don't get some help / tips. So this is what this video is all about. Now, before we start the video, I just want to point out, look at that stasis subclass screen. It is toit. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like it more than the light subclass screens. Could be because it's new. I don't know. Just wanted to mention it. So we're going to go ahead and first start this video off by talking about the step where you have to kill enemies that are slowed by stasis. So to kill these enemies that are slowed by stasis, do not use the new heavy grenade, the Salvation's Grasp or Grip. It does not really help. If it says Shatter, that'd be the thing to do. What you need to really do for maximum efficiency is throw on that Dusk Mine Grenade, the one that puts up like an icy little ball force field deal, and wait for the enemies inside of it to be completely frozen. For some reason, things like melee hits and super kills inconsistently count, and I've noticed when I was going through this, the only time they had a chance of counting was when the enemies were completely frozen. Not just like you hit them with your shuriken deal if you're a hunter and they slow down. They have to actually be completely frozen. So if you use that Dusk Mine Grenade thing with like the force field of ice, make sure that they're completely frozen. Throw on a group of adds. Preferably do this in strikes. If you're lucky, you might get a horde, one with lots of enemies like the Corrupted. I know, finally the first time we actually are glad to have Corrupted pop up. And you go to town with those grenades. Now, with everything else, this is going to be way faster with a fire team, because if you and your buddies are all rocking these same grenades, other people's grenades count as long as you get those kills. So you guys could just go through and be like, hey, this strike is all for this person, everyone use your grenades and stuff, and like let them kill it. Or, you know, just trade it back off, however you guys want, but the key is it's way faster when you do this with a fire team and you use that little force field grenade thing. So hopefully this part helps you guys out. The next part is probably the longest and perhaps most daunting seeming, which is you have to kill champions which are defeat them by stasis. So you have to do this inside of Nightfalls. For this step, like the last step, I would highly suggest you guys get into a fire team, because there's a couple of ways really you could go at this. You could do something like a 10-50 Nightfall and go for the champions all on your own and just farm that first room that's got one champion in it over and over. But if you want to have something with friends, which you obviously can't really do matchmaking as well, because unless those 2 random people that you're put into with that adept or hero level Nightfall are also working on the same step, it can be rather difficult to pull this off. So it's way easier to do this step with a team. So if you need people to play with, feel free to hop inside of our eventual Discord server and subscribe to the channel, because if you're in the Discord server, we're going to need you to be in the clan, unless you're subscribed to my channel, in which case I'll give you a role myself, and you can just kind of be in there and use that for some extra LFG. So anyways, back to the actual Nightfall business. So what you would want to most likely do for maximum efficiency is, in this particular Nightfall, the week of November 10th, the first week of Beyond Light, we are now on that new one, which is like a remake of the Destiny 1 strike of Omnigul. And that first main room that you get to ends up having 2 servitors. The room area after that has 3 barrier champions. The room after that also has 3, so you could really do this in an efficient way on 10-20 level. Just want to have a team. Now, the way to get these to actually count is we found you have to kill them completely by the stasis. It's not like you can get them frozen, it shatters, and then the hit after works. Like, the stasis, while it's good to use it for extra damage, has to be the actual final blow. So what we need you guys to most likely do is to use your supers, and at least that's how we did it. So what we would do is we would get most of the ads in the area cleared out enough where we felt like, hey, we could kind of control this a little bit. One of us would be like, hey, I got this super, and so we would hit the barrier champion with whatever it took just to get the first shield up. Then we get just a little bit like low on life, like no more than 10% health, or definitely no less, because if you get it too close to dead, when you break that shield for the last time, it will kill the barrier champion. So you gotta kind of find that sweet spot. So once that barrier champion's low, you wait, let a shield come up, break the shield. Whoever it is that's using their super pops their stasis super, and everyone else also throws one of their stasis abilities, whether it's the grenade or the melee, at the barrier champion at the same time, and that counted for all 3 of us. All 3 of us were able to have every barrier champion count that way. Just kind of rotate through who's using the super. Now, to get faster supers, obviously, the more intellect you have, the higher rate of super recharge is going to be. There's also weapons that will help you guys to get supers faster. If they have a perk called Thresh, that was really helpful, because kills with that weapon, when you have the perk Thresh, you get a little bit more super energy than you would if you didn't have that perk called Thresh. So kind of as a way to kind of boost your super up just a little bit without having to rely on using masterwork weapons, because I know this is early into a season, and so perhaps not everyone's using masterwork gear because they're trying to like power up, and to some degree constantly leveling up old gear doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so you hit a kind of a stick point. So that's how we went about the champions. Now, whether you want to farm a room or not is completely up to you. I would suggest, if you guys have that weekly bounty for for a couple of Nightfall completions, just you and your buddies just run it through the whole way. As long as you guys are all tapping all the barrier champions, you'll probably get, if not all of it done in one of those 10-20s, probably at least like 70% of it. I would imagine it wouldn't be too hard to get 6 or 7 out of the 10 barrier champions defeated with this strategy as you guys are going through. Or you can just pick a room, farm it, just kind of learn, don't activate that next checkpoint. So you just pick a room, clear it out, kill the champions, kill yourselves, and just do that over and over until you get it done, which is what we ended up doing. So that way we only had to complete 1 full Nightfall, which is rather handy. Alright guys, that kind of concludes my tips on this Umbral Flame step. These fragments are super worth it. If you're a Titan, as much as I hate this, you're going to probably want to grab Cold Snap first. It lets you slide around, you look like a damn figure skater, and it's really annoying in the Crucible because you guys just like zip all over the place, and if you get decent with it, it is really easy to abuse those shotguns and really tick off folks like me who had no idea why they were able to do this until I did some more research and figured out that that fragment is exactly why. For Warlocks, I went with the Hadron's Whisper first. It's the one where when you break a frozen target, you get a weapon buff. That one's pretty handy for PvE and PvP. And for hunters, I haven't gotten to the hunter yet, so I'm not exactly sure what would be best for that. Let me know down below what you guys are going to do, or if you want me to try and figure it out, because I will. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, hop inside the Vengeful Discord server, and if you would like to support my channel, ways to do so are in the description box down below. Have a great week, everyone, and happy grinding, y'all.